Money Day people, and welcome to Lit Capital's Market Outlook. Okay, bringing it to you on this Sunday afternoon, and we're going to be forecasting things for the last week of January. Okay, it's been a great month, a lot of setups, a lot of things unfolding as we enter the new year. So let's see how we can close out with the final week of January. Okay, now before we get into it, of course, if you haven't already, please check out our website if you are looking to get started and get serious about taking your trading to a next level. Go to our website now at litcapital.co.uk and shoot us an inquiry and check us out and see what we got to offer in terms of mentoring. Okay, so we offer one-to-one mentoring, of course. That's probably going to be the best option if you really want to be hands-on and understanding of what it is from a technical analysis you need to be looking at. Or we do offer a group mentoring service as well. Okay, now inquiry, hit us up through the inquiries. You can also hit us up on social media as well. Okay, so before we get into it, of course, we're going to check out the economic calendar to see what news events are lying ahead for this week. We are in the last week, well, full trading week of Jan. Okay, there's a couple of days next week of Jan as well, but we are going to be heading into February. Okay, so majority of the news is probably unfolded, but let's just double check and see what's going on. So we have we got some PMI for the Aussie to kind of open up the Monday in terms of high impact data. We've got consumer confidence for Germany. We also have some PMI for Germany as well as the Eurozones as well as the GBP. So a lot of manufacturing data coming out on the Tuesday morning. So definitely need to be in tune with that. And then going into the afternoon, we have some PMI for the US. We finish off the Tuesday evening with some CPI, and I'll definitely need to look at the inflation, okay, because it's hot on topics for all economies, okay, to see what we can kind of, if the economies are bringing down their inflation or if it's steadily rising or if it's still at the same, okay, so we need to be in the know about that as well. Going into Wednesday, there's more inflation for the Aussie, of course. And then we got the CPI for the Aussie as well from the fourth quarter of last year. So big data coming out for that side of the world, Aussie and Kiwi. What else points out? Okay, we got the monetary report and the interest rate coming from the CAD. Now, I don't really trade CAD pairs, but those that do definitely have, your eye on that. Going into Thursday, what's really standing out? Okay, we got jobless claims. That's the only thing that really stands out on the Thursday, and then you got some home sales and durable goods for US. So nothing crazy. And then finishing up on Friday, what do we have? We got a speech from the guard, and then we've got consumer sentiment. Okay, so again, nothing super high impact. Obviously, we've had a lot of things unfold the last 3 weeks, so it's going to be expected as we roll into the new month next week. That we restart and recycle all of those news events that have unfolded already. So if we go into the charts, let's start with US30. Now we had a very crazy drop down last week, okay, after pushing up to a higher time frame area where we had previously dropped down, and then we have kind of done the same going into last week. So Wednesday was kind of the real day to catch those entries, and then obviously in terms of the retests and stuff like that, we didn't actually quite really retest, and then we had a bit of a push down more so on the Thursday, and then we kind of rebounded on Friday. Now the rebounds to kind of be expected after seeing such a heavy move. If you think about the dealing range and the pricing range, it kind of needs to rebound up. I think we could potentially rebound up quite a bit, to be fair. I think we need that, and then more so we can kind of see where the move unfolded within this area, see what happens from there. So obviously that is still a long way away. We kind of need to see if we can get some buy opportunities up into that area if presented to us as the market opens and stuff like that. Because as you can see on the Friday, we kind of just we took off basically going on into the stock open on that day. We pushed out, we broke the structure on a smaller time frame, and then we continued. So going into Sunday/Monday, we can kind of look to see if there is a possibility we get a retracement for some buyers. If that is the case, then that would be great, and then we could kind of look to send this a bit higher. And then if the sales present themselves as and when we get there, then we have to you know, keep one eye in mind at the fact that we're coming to the close of the month as well. So let's see how that unfolds. I'm now gonna go over to the dollar as well, because if we go on the daily, we had this daily imbalance area. The dollar didn't really it's kind of a tricky week for the dollar last week in terms of it was a lot of consolidation leading up to where we pushed up into this imbalance, and then we've kind of slid down. So I'm thinking we can extend lower based off of what we're seeing from the structure on the 4 hour and things like that. It is still giving us lower lows. So until we get, you know, if we was to get a break of structure, then yeah, I can kind of see us potentially giving ourselves a bigger reversal, because I was expecting that at some point, but it's still not to come yet. So looking at the bigger time frames, we have this area here, you know, in terms of that monthly low. So we could look to close out below that. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of liquidity resting here, a lot of orders resting there as well. So we could actually get a bigger reaction once that low is taken out. So bearing that in mind with the dollar, again, there's nothing to suggest, you know, we're not gonna go for this daily low and then potentially go for those monthly lows. So that's kind of what I've got for the dollar. And then finally with GBPUSD, again, have been looking at some shorts on this pair, but they just haven't, with the dollar continuing to go lower, they haven't presented themselves. So we can see here, this was a key weekly area, but I do think we potentially could look to get above that. If I just get rid of everything, we could look to get above that and get above this higher here, potentially fill in the whole imbalance. And then once we do that, we can then, you know, reconvene and see if it's possible to then get a move from potentially taking out those levels. So if those levels don't hold, I don't see no reason why the markets can't get to 126. Considering, you know, we've got other areas of imbalance on the higher time frames as well. So that could actually be the case. There's no, especially on the monthly, when you look at it, it's a massive area here. So depending on how we kind of react after taking out those highs, which, you know, they're quite imminent, so it'll probably happen going into that Monday London session for sure. We can kind of reconvene then and see what happens. But it's been very bullish from GBPUSD, considering the dollar has been sliding. So there's nothing immediate. Well, this is the most immediate out of the ones that I've covered, to be fair. Once these highs are taken, we can then look and see what can unfold and present. But that's what I'm gonna be having my eye on going into the opening session tomorrow. It may actually unfold overnight when the market opens as well. It's possible, but until Monday morning hits, we won't know for sure. So those are the things I'm gonna keep my eye on immediately. Nothing else really sticks out from a opportunity perspective, except those are the main things that I'm looking at. All of these things, all of these setups, they will be applied and put into our Discord community as well. So if you are interested in getting access to our Discord community, please go to our website and send us an inquiry. It is a subscription-based community where it's £25 per month, and it covers a wide range of things. So check out our website for more details on that. So that's it for today, guys. Those are the setups I've got. Please like and subscribe to this video if you found it useful. You know the vibes. It's lit side, and remember, every day is money day. Peace.